I think, therefore I am. Common sense is the most widely shared commodity in the world, for everyone is convinced that they are well supplied with it. It is only prudent never to place complete confidence in that by which we have even once been deceived. The greatest minds are capable of the greatest vices as well as the greatest virtues. Except our own thoughts, there is nothing absolutely in our power. It is not enough to have a good mind. The main thing is to use it well. The thinking mind is twofold: understanding and willing. When it is not in your power to determine what is true, we ought to follow what is most probable. It is useful to know something of the manners of different nations. That way we may be enabled to form a more correct judgment regarding our own, and be prevented from thinking that everything contrary to our customs is ridiculous and irrational, a conclusion usually come by to those whose experience has been limited to their own country. To know what people really think, pay regard to what they do rather than what they say. If you want to develop your mind, you should think more, not repeat. Control your body if you want your mind to work properly. Illusory joy is often worth more than genuine sorrow. A state is better governed which has few laws, and those laws strictly observed. The senses deceive from time to time, and it is prudent never to trust wholly those who have deceived us even once. The very desire to seek the truth often causes people who do not know how it should be sought correctly to make judgments about things they do not perceive, and in that way they make mistakes. If you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. The dreams we imagine when we sleep should not in any way make us doubt the truth of our thoughts we have when we are awake. I thought about what a proposition generally needs in order to be true and certain, because I had just found one that I knew was such. I thought I should also know what this certainty consists in. Having noticed that there is nothing at all in the proposition, I think, therefore I am, cogito ergo sum, which convinces me that I speak the truth, apart from the fact that I see very clearly that one has to exist in order to think. I judged that I could adopt as a general rule that those things we conceive very clearly and distinctly are all true. The only outstanding difficulty is in recognizing which ones we conceive distinctly. The first precept was never to accept a thing as true until I knew it as such without a single doubt. Considering that among all those who up to this time made discovery in the sciences, it was the mathematicians alone who had been able to arrive at demonstrations, that is to say, at proofs certain and evident. I did not doubt that I should begin with the same truths they have investigated, although I had looked for no other advantage from them than to accustom my mind to nourish itself upon truth and not be satisfied with false reasons. If I have succeeded in discovering any truth in the science, I can declare that they are but the consequences and results of principal difficulties, which I have surmounted, and my encounters with which I reckon as battles in which victory declared for me. But in my opinion, all things in nature occur mathematically. Those who reason most powerfully and are the most successful at ordering their thoughts so as to make them clear and intelligible will always be best able to persuade others of what they say, even if they speak in the thickest of dialects. I've always been taught to take a broad overview of things in order to be able to deduce from them general rules which might be applicable elsewhere. Divide each difficulty into as many parts as is feasible and necessary to resolve it. Each problem that I solved became a rule, which served afterwards to solve other problems. Even if the mind depends so much on temperament and the disposition of one's bodily organs, it is possible to find a way to make people generally more wise. Give me extension and motion, and I will construct the universe. You just keep pushing. You just keep pushing. I made every mistake that could be made, but I just kept pushing. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Hope is the desire of the soul to be convinced that the dream will come true. Whenever anyone has offended me, I try to raise my soul so high that the offense cannot reach it. Conquer yourself rather than conquering the world. The reading of all good books is like a conversation with the finest minds of past centuries. Everything is self-evident. The very fact that my knowledge is increasing little by little is the most certain argument for its imperfection. We do not see the world we see. We see the world that we can describe. Gratitude is a species of love excited in us by some action of the person for whom we have it, and by which we believe that they have done some good to us, or at least had the intention of doing so. I hope that posterity will judge me kindly, not only as to the things which I have explained, but also to those which I have intentionally omitted, so as to leave to others the pleasure of discovery. It is easy to hate. It is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. An optimist may see light where there is none, but why must the pessimist always run to blow it out? I am accustomed to sleep, and in my dreams to imagine the same things that lunatics imagine when awake. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am.